I remember very specifically. It was middle school. It must have been fourth period or so. Lunch. Me and my buddies and some people I didn't really know. We were all sitting at the lunch table, eating, drinking, and talking. I looked around and everybody was having fun. Everybody was socializing, and there was this one guy. You know the type. The guy that's always making jokes. The comedian. The class clown kind of guy. And seeing him make all of these people around him happy sparked an urge in me, a urge to make everybody I know happy, to be the goofy guy, to be the comedian. I wanted to entertain, and I remember holding on to this thought for weeks and being like, that's who I am. It was like as if in that moment I knew exactly who I was meant to be. And I was meant to be an entertainer. That's who I saw myself as. That's who I wanted to be. I think I did become that. I did become that during middle school. I was obnoxious and annoying looking back on it, but at the time I thought I was the shit. I thought I was making all of my friends happy, and that's all that mattered to me, that's all that I cared about. I even used that urge to start a YouTube channel because I thought, if I can make my friends happy, fuck it, let's take over the world. Why don't I just go all out and try and make the whole world happy? Maybe if I post some videos online, I'll get a little bit of traction and I can make someone smile. I remember holding on to this thought where someone would come home after a bad day at school or a bad day at work or whatever, and they'd click on my video knowing that they'd have a couple minutes of happiness. They'd have a couple minutes of not thinking about their problem, a sort of escape. That's what I wanted to be. I wanted to be a beacon of happiness for the people around me. I wanted to make people happy. That's all I've ever cared about. I ended up quitting the channel after a month or two though, because they were really bad. Dude, the videos were really bad. Those videos are so embarrassing. But I never lost that urge to make the people around me happy. And towards junior year, I started showing this urge to the people around me. I felt a little bit more comfortable in my skin. And this led me to being pretty popular amongst my peers. It made me really happy because for the first time in my life, I was excited to go to school. I would go to school just to see all of my buddies and be immensely validated. I was just constantly affirmed that I was a good person and that I brought people happiness. And although that year does have some of my lowest points mentally, it also has some of my best. Senior year is a different story though. Essentially, I had to leave the country for 2 weeks, and I talked to my counselor about it, and he said, look dude, if you do go through and leave the country for 2 weeks, I can't assure you that you're gonna graduate. And I was like, well, what can we do about that? And he said, hey, you're not a complete dumbass. I'll give you some trust and I can put you in this program. And in that program, I just stay at home and just take all of my classes online on my computer. And initially I was so hyped about this prospect because I was like, cool, I can stay home, I can focus on whatever I want to. Initially I thought that was amazing, but after coming back to the country, I realized I really hated being alone. And on top of that, my closest friend group had implemented all of these new people into the group, and I didn't know any of them. So coming back after a few weeks and feeling out of place in the one place I always felt comfortable, it didn't really feel good. So I stopped hanging out with people for a while. And after a while, I was invited back. It was a big social gathering with all these new people I didn't really know all that well. And I was excited. I hadn't seen my friends in a bit, so I was looking forward to it. And when I got there, it just didn't feel right anymore. I felt so out of place. I couldn't speak or talk with anyone, and I'd look around and everybody would just be engaged in these thought-provoking conversations or just goofy shenanigans, and then I just felt like I was sort of just there. I didn't feel like I was contributing to anything. I was just an extra on the set, and I hated feeling like that. I tried though to hang out with my old friend group and this new one, and I just didn't feel funny anymore. And I would make my stupid jokes, and typically I felt like, ha ha ha, this is hilarious, this is so funny. And now I just felt like, God, that was so stupid. I am so stupid. I got home and I just started thinking to myself, underneath all of these jokes, underneath the comedian persona that I've built, underneath all the laughs and giggles and dumbass jokes, who the fuck am I? 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 I pushed my friends away. I wasn't socializing with anyone. I wasn't making anybody happy anymore. I couldn't even keep myself happy anymore. Furthermore, it wasn't just that I couldn't keep myself happy. I realized that I was unhappy. I realized that I've been unhappy for a long time. I felt so empty. Everybody I saw had so much substance. Everybody I saw had so much personality, so much character. And when I'd look at myself, I saw a fucking hollow shell looking back at me. No personality, no substance, nothing. And I hated that. I realized I had to do something. So I did this. I decided to start a YouTube channel, one that was based on the concept of becoming a better person, a person I can be proud of, a person I want to be. I want to channel my middle school desire to entertain with my modern day desire to be better and become someone I can like. I want to do that through videos. I want to do that through content creation. And I've thought about what I want to make. I want to start a video essay series where I research a topic and then just talk to the camera about it. I feel like that would be super entertaining. And I also want to start a self-help series where I focus on becoming better. I want to focus on my physical, spiritual, and mental health. I've been neglecting all of those for quite a time, and I don't think that that's a good foundation to live life on. The last series is a creative series where I try and learn a wide array of hobbies and skills. Anything I've ever been interested in has been put on a list. And throughout this upcoming year, I want to scratch them off the list. Every scratch being a video made, a skill learned, and an inch closer to becoming the person I have always wanted to be. Right now, I'm thinking about posting every 2 weeks, so every other Thursday. That's the goal for right now. I'm trying to get used to being a YouTuber and making content, so I need a little bit of time to just adjust to the hustle of everything, but I really hope that I can grow this into something great, into something amazing. But if there's one thing that you get from this video, if there's one thing I just wanted to share with the world, it's this. I'm unhappy. I'm unhappy with who I am. And that's okay. As long as I'm working to become the best version of myself, as long as I'm working to be a good person, that is all that matters. I don't have to be happy. That's fine. That's okay. For now, I'm aiming to be enough.